And welcome back to another live stream. So, for this one, change your brain, change your game. Basically, change the way you currently think, operate, do things, and you'll change your life. Probably something you have heard before, but how exactly do you do it? So, one of the things I want to get clear here is that your thoughts, intentions, everything that you do comes down to this. So, yesterday I had a coaching call for myself where we're talking about values. So, just quickly, even if it's after this video, I just want you to quickly write down what would be your top 10, or let's go 5, make it a bit easier, 5 values. So, they're things like family. Do you value time? Do you value money? Do you value friends, health, your business, career, everything and anything that you value? And then going through those values, find places where you feel aligned and then where you don't feel alignment with those values. So, for instance, with me, so with family, so I work with my mum, and the two biggest relationships are with my mum and my fiance, who I see every night, most of the time, at home. Excuse me. I'm forgiving about being live, but where I feel aligned is that we spend enough time together. Now, where I don't feel aligned is that the quality or the experiences during that time. So, most of the parts around that quality time, so especially with mum, are talking about business because we're in it together and this is our livelihood. This is us. So, yeah, while that's all well and good, we do need to talk about it. We can't just sweep it under the rug. We're not actually doing anything of value to change ourselves. So there was one weekend we went for a financial success sort of thing, and we both absolutely loved it. So to be doing more stuff like that, getting more value out of our time. With my fiance, it's no set routine. Basically, for the past few weeks, I've been taking her to work because she's got an injury, and so from 8 till probably 8 or even 11 at times, I'm out of the house. So we only catch up semi-regularly, and then even when I am at home, I might be working on something like YouTube, like my online courses or something like that, that takes me away from being able to actually spend quality time with her as well. So there's the misalignment and alignment that I have. Like obviously spending enough time, but the quality of that time. So some other things too, like with health. What is stopping you from reaching those health goals? So for me, I've recently started doing a sugar-free September, and it seems to be going very well. What are we, 5 days in, and yet to reach anything that I normally would. But I also haven't had any sort of, what do you call it, cravings or anything happen that would trigger those cravings so far. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes when we get to that stage. So my health is becoming more aligned because my diet's better. That's maybe not such a big thing, but it is for me. Whereas where it's unaligned, being up so early, doing more with the wealth side of things, getting into shares and the stock market and stuff, is having a significant effect on the time I'm actually able to do stuff in the mornings, and as well as escorting Amy to work, because that throws me out an hour. So there's a little bit of alignment there, and a little bit one because money's taking a higher value than health right at this point in time, as we're aiming to save up to buy that house that we want. Boy, howdy, are the banks not in alignment there. So just something to think about there. Another thing I want to talk to you about too is lack mentality. Now, I could say, like, I did a little bit of a workout last night, and it felt like I came up a little bit short. So obviously, I feel that there's a lack in the fitness department. But I can already do so much more than I would have years ago, like 10 years ago, when I was lazy and whatever. I wouldn't have been able to do half as much as I was able to do. So while I'm focusing on that lack, I should more or less just be focusing on improvement, but I should be happy enough that I am where I am. So being grateful that, I can do as much as I can do. I have this business. I have a little bit of time now to spend here talking as well. Now, while I'm not super rich or anything, I have enough money to get by. So it's being grateful that I do. It's being grateful that I'm even alive. Because there are plenty of people that aren't anymore. So gratitude is going to be a huge thing in keeping that vibration up. So how do you change that? Now, also on a webinar last night with Joanne Antoon, the creator of CTC, the Cut the Crap or Combined Therapy Cocktail, reminded me of a great process so we'll just call it the mirror. So you stand in front of your mirror. Now, I've heard David Goggins say something about the accountability mirror as well. So you stand in front of the mirror and you imagine how your life would be like 5 years from now, having made no changes. What's it look like? What's your financial position? What's your health like? Not having made any changes whatsoever, staying as you currently are. Would it be better or would it be worse? Then 10 years down the track, what would it be like then, having made absolutely no changes? Then coming back and making the changes that you want to make. So what would your life be like 1 year after you commit yourself to making a simple change? Whether it be, drinking about 2 liters of water a day, whether it be doing something every morning, whether it just go for a quick walk or something for your health, whether it be putting aside $5, $10, 10% of your income every week or month, whatever you get paid. How would that change your life, even in 1 year? Then 5 years, how would that feel? So you want to anchor those sort of feelings. Like, my life in 5 years after doing this would be fantastic. I want to anchor that. I want to keep those feelings. I want to attract more of that feeling to me. Starting to change the way I do things. So I've got that future focus and I want to go to that. So it's no longer, I don't want this. I'm focusing on that bright, shiny future that's over here now. So just a little way to start to change the way you see things and the way you do things. But anyway, guys, I might end that one here. Now, while saying that too, affirmations and stuff I find do work if you know how to use them correctly. So putting them through in the way that you already have what it is that you want. So it's no point in saying, I want to be that. I want that bright, shiny future. It's like, I already have. And I'm so thankful for that bright, shiny future. Another part there is to having the energy of it. So it's all right to say it, like, boy, I'm a multimillionaire. But if you don't have the energy behind it, like, what would a multimillionaire be for you? What would the opportunities that could bring do for you? What more would you be able to do? Why do you want it as well? So your why has to be greater than your current comfort level. So it inspires you and motivates you to actually get up there and actually do something. And another thing with the want is that it's like it's complete. It's okay to want something, but to actually get up and do something about it, you need to change it more into a need for that. So changing your wants into needs, but then also placing the action behind it to start to change your behavior, change the way you are, and change the way you accept yourself, talk about yourself, everything helps change that game. But anyway, guys, as I said, I will leave this one here. I'm Rob Murphy, and I will see you in the next video.